Final ban coming out from Navi now. Don't want to face against the DP again, and honestly, I think that's pretty wise given how well the DP did in the last game. We'll also ban out the Invoker. Now, Yellow Submarine will make the final pick of their side of the draft. Definitely need something. I feel like they almost need like a DK or a Kunkka here. Need something with team fight, something that can kind of frontline pretty decently. Worried that they are a bit vulnerable at the moment. What will they elect to pick up? I do not know Mio's pool too well. They will take the win! Doesn't really answer that problem of their squishy vulnerability. Hard to see who's going to start these fights for Yellow Submarine, but of course, incredible pick-off potential.
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Navi now have the chance for their final pick of the game. They're also kind of lacking that same sort of tanky team fight. Outside of the Lifestealer, of course. Shall have to wait and see. 20 seconds left on the clock, so that pick will be coming up soon. Strange to see them banning out the Invoker, because I know Iceberg plays it. But they will pick up the Kunkka. Okay, so one team does take that team fighting mid laner. And I'm glad to see it, to be honest. And in terms of the actual lineups, I'm still kind of scared on the side of Navi, though. Part of me just worries that Yellow Submarines are just going to hit like a 20-minute timing and just run them over. But in the same vein, Navi's pretty strong around them, too. So maybe I'm incorrect. We'll have to see. I think the lanes are going to be very important this game, more so than most games. They could, in fact, decide the game. We'll be getting into the match very soon here. Strategy time too long. So guys, who are you hoping to win this series, huh? Gotta say, I kind of like the underdog nature of Yellow Submarines. They always like a good underdog story, but at the same time, you love to watch Navi play well. Even though it's the new Navi, a different era of Navi, they still can play the game, that's for sure. Now we get into the game, and it's instantly in a pause. Oh no!
Really? Where did I go?
Oh boy, guys. I don't have anything to fill for time right now. Other than... Why is there a centaur and a goblin boy next to the neutral shot? Okay, wait, hold on. Where's the ages of it?
Very nice.
Let's take a quick jaunt on down bottom. Yeah, they have it too. Notice, I'm way too soon. Might be part of the problem. Back up in the top lane. Good luck, Mapochi. You love to see that wholesomeness. The ready's come out. I was trying to think of how to buy time, and now I don't have to. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Okay, we got some talk going on. So always want to fly said ready, and then Lifestealer unpaused. And despite the fact that they never said they were ready. Sucks. The heck? Is General microing his trees? Oh yeah, he's getting the 1 minute set of trees, of course. So let's look at a mid matchup. It is going to be Iceberg versus Mio. It's going to be Wind versus Kunkka. Feel like Kunkka has a pretty fine time in that lane. Feel like with some good cleaves, he could easily get a kill. But I think Wind also has pretty high kill potential herself, especially if she gets off to a good start. It's a really skill-based lane matchup in general, across all the lanes and across the game as a whole. But of course, we have the Roger factor. This man is pretty spooky. I must say he. Sorry, I refer to things a lot as spooky. It's Halloween season. You can't stop me. He's clearly a master of the hero. Despite not being master tier, he plays an amazing Earth Spirit. And actually, this will work out pretty well for Navi, as they're going to get 3 bounty runes whenever they elect to. Roger just surfing his way to the bounty. Excited to see how these lanes will match up. Look at General getting off a block with his little tree buddies. That'll work out pretty well in his favor, actually. As we have... The one thing is Maposha is going to do pretty good against Roger, I have to imagine. Having the advantage of the ranged attacks as well as the suck is gonna be good, I think. If I say that, Maposhka takes a lot of early damage by walking up there. Does still have the point available. Could go for the suck whenever he desires. Down bottom. So bad, just forced out, but I always want to fly. Just kind of what Ogre does. Just kind of walks forward. You feel like you can't stop him. Collapse, though, having a pretty good time of his own. Up here in the top lane. In the bot lane. He's, down here, he's 7-2, so farming much like a carry. But honestly, all 6 cores farming very well for themselves right now. No clear leaders just yet. Nice little dodge by Iceberg. So, RA has himself a bracer. My goodness. I apologize for the bit of jank. I have some kind of a pop-up. Give me a second to see if I can isolate it. Alright, that might clear us up. Hoping it will. Luckily we didn't miss too much of importance. Now we start to see... we start to see a bit of divergence, but no, we're still all within 3 last hits of each other. A rollout from Roger, unfortunately, will not connect onto Miposhka. Miposhka still level 1, but he has the sap, and Roger has taken quite a bit of damage for that attempt. Not going to result in any kills, though. So unfortunately, VTune is taking a lot of damage. Actually, always want to fly. I think this will be the first blood. The Fairy Fire is there to prevent it from going to collapse, but that's still a first blood. Still happy. Poshka, he's survived, so he'll hit that level 2, and with that, they're going to make it go on to General. It's a bit interesting. Yeah, actually, I guess there is a point in leveling your human AB level 2, but your E level 2 instead of your Q, but not going to happen as Yadaro is going to just walk away. But meanwhile, look at this Iceberg. He might be in trouble. So bad, get some good blocks, but meanwhile, General does actually go down. I thought he was going to be safe, but it turns out he's not. And Iceberg doesn't die, so extra T-Tours from me. Now maybe starting to see a bit of a breakaway as Kunka starts to take off a bit here in the CS department. Very difficult kill to acquire. General back in the lane. He has pretty solid harass. Poshka versus Roger though. Looks like it could be dangerous. That's actually Roger. He sees the courier, baps it once, but doesn't get the second. Now it's bounty rune time. 2 for 2. Very boring state of affairs. As actually, it looks like Miposhka might be trying something here. Doesn't have mana for the Nightmare though, so Roger will definitely get the bounty and will actually just kick Miposhka away, who did pop the Mango and the Clarity. Maybe wants to go for something, but won't get it. Unless Roger turns back, which would be a very risky maneuver. He would do no such thing. Neo gets lifted up and gets cleaved down. Iceberg is farming up a storm here. Neo has level 6, so the Focus Fire is available. Meanwhile, I miss another death. And it just feels like General is just getting bullied here. I'm hardly able to notice him before he's gone down. Now Iceberg has a haste rune. May look for a kill at some point here. Given that he does have the boat and the haste. Currently though, he'll do no such thing. VTune. Smacking creeps up like a storm with that Bloodlust. He hits pretty dang quick. It actually takes out the Courier of Collapse. He will take quite a few hits for it, but got lifesteal, so you shouldn't care. Although now Always Want to Fly might be in trouble. He's going to get hit with the Silence, and it's level 3, so that's a significant amount of damage. You're trying to slow down Collapse, but Collapse goes quick. Roger, though, with the nice little rotation, will make so bad pay for this. And actually now Iceberg's here with the boat combo. The X comes in, the Torrent as well. Collapse does juke south though, and that's a very ambitious TP. He will not get away with that. Navi smack back. They strike back with some quick kills of their own.
Radiant should look to their top tower. The Radiant glyph is now
Mia?
active.
I think his Courier is still at base. Yeah, so he doesn't have that Javelin, unfortunately. Goes for the double null instead, so that damage will be a bit delayed. Iceberg, on the other hand, is getting off to a very nice start. Down bottom, though. It looks like they swapped up the lanes. As Yadaro is actually going to make it go on to Roger. He'll deal a lot of damage into... Actually, it's only a level 1 rolling boulder, so he'll take even more damage and be forced to go all the way back to the fountain. Always want to fly will prevent the rune from going over to Mio. One thing that you see in these games that you don't see in the lower level pubs and lower level teams is that perfect timing on the rune controls from the supports. This silence is going to come out. Ogre falls. And Lifestealer will get out. And now we have to look at this fight as Yadiro is going to get hit with the boat combo. I don't think he's going to be able to get out. He will try to jump away. He'll use the E to get himself out of vision. But I have to imagine that this will be his demise either way. A single punch and the Kunkka blasts him with the bayonet gun. What's it actually called real quick? Oh, the inverse bayonet. Of course. And right now, there is a slight net worth lead for the side of Navi, but I think it is too minuscule to matter as that is a win percentage of 500 net worth. For the Radiant, which will rapidly snap back as they take these camps. Although, worth noting that Dire is very favored to win this game by Dota Plus for some reason. Combination of, I do believe, the draft as, no, just the way the lanes went. Well, I don't really understand it myself, so I won't comment on it. This game still feels very open to me. Yeah, they wait for the real breakout fight to start putting this game in one favor or the other. First, Dire will pick up this scan. And Roger, you're in a lot of trouble, buddy. But oh, the egg is there. Yadiro, though, I think he's going to drop to the combination of the boat. The egg will drop, and Yadiro's trying to get out, and actually will do so far. But he's going to fall now. However, Iceberg's in a lot of trouble himself. His collapse has put the ultimate onto him. That rupture dealing a lot of damage. Mio going to back off successfully, and Iceberg is just slowly going to die here. Always want to fly now with the TP out. Will get interrupted though. Stop onto Mio. Will not get anything. So ultimately, they do lose their carry, but in exchange, they get a mid, a offlaner, and a position 5. They did also lose their position 4 in the form of So Bad, but I still think you're probably pretty happy with that trade. Shadow going for the Battle Fury. Unsurprisingly, very common on this relatively recent PA build. And now the first tower will fall, but it will be immediately responded to bottom. So both safe lane towers fall within seconds of each other. Collapse already has the Veil going for the Yules, the same build that we saw last game. Net worth still very even. Looks like Radiant are starting to maneuver towards this tier 1 tower in the mid lane.
There is little hope for Dire's middle tower. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Bounty!
Rolling on the collapse, won't quite connect, but the X is there. They're gonna hit him with the Torrent, but no boat. And now suddenly, oh no, the sleep comes out actually. Mio not gonna take out Roger immediately, but we'll get there in the end. The Magnetize not gonna do too much, and now actually Iceberg's in a lot of trouble. He gets gripped up. Lifestealer tries to save him, and it looks like the egg will collapse once again. Now suddenly, Dire have to turn around and run away. Be careful, as they've lost 2. Only the supports. They've also only killed the Earthbreaker. Itaro, though, he is in the area. The boat is available if it wishes to be used. He'll actually just TP himself home and get that HP back up. But in 5 seconds, Dire will be back up once again. They may be able to defend this tower as the TPs are coming in. A roll in onto the Phoenix will not connect. Unfortunately, BO3 stunned up. He doesn't have an infest, so he is a little bit vulnerable. Collapse is here, but doesn't have the rupture up for 10 more seconds. It looks like Navi, they're probably just going to back themselves off here and lose nothing. Radiant spreading out, farming the map up a bit. Collapse returns to his hunting grounds in the bottom lane to push out waves. He's spam canceling that blood ray. Tilly has, well, I was gonna say Tilly has available, but he actually didn't use it. Oh boy. We got a tier 2 push going on down bottom. Meanwhile, Radiant setting up for a tier 2 push of their own. They do have more heroes in the area. Will probably push faster due to the fact that one of those heroes is a Nature's Prophet. So bad, actually, in a risky position himself, as they're going to go in with Roger and BO3 together, and that is a very dead bird. Not able to dive out, unfortunately. So bad. Taken out. And, Yellow Submarine are going to have to respond, or else they're going to lose their tier 2 tower here. Collapse, though, happy to continue farming. The PA does have the Battle Fury almost completed now. 15-minute bounties as well. Looks like it's going to go at least 2 for 2. We have a smoke from the side of Navi. And it looks like they might catch out Mio. No, the sleep is actually kind of... once again, unfortunate, as Mio is prevented from getting a lot of damage early and will take a big boat hit, get lifted up into the air, and will fall. So despite the nice egg, Dire is still losing this fight pretty handedly, as Collapse is going to get X marked. Torrent is going to come in, I do assume. No, not even necessary. The roll onto Miposhka. The kickback, Miposhka falls too. Suddenly, this game's looking very good for Radiant. Dota Plus, what do you have to say for yourself? Still 70%. Wow. As, oh no, so bad has to be careful not to get caught. I don't think General has, oh no, he does have an Orchid, so. So bad. You might get caught out here. You don't have any kind of jump out. Roger connects with the stun perfectly. The silence will come out too. Iceberg is here. He will just, get a free kill. Along with the rest of his compatriots on Navi. Yadaro, though, he is farming up. He has the cleave now from the Battle Fury, going for the BKB, not straight into the Deso, which is a more traditional build. I think that is a pretty good choice into all the lockdown and magical damage available to Navi. It looks like Navi are going to get this tier 2 tower about the 16-minute mark.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Mio, unfortunately, falling a bit behind himself here. Still on last hits, I do realize. Yeah, look at this. Mio very far behind. BO3 taking over the game, kind of doing whatever he wants. Almost has the MKB completed, which will be exceptionally good given that both Yadaro and Mio have a natural built-in evasion. Always want to fly. It's in a bit of a dangerous position, but actually, no, he has his team behind him, has Miposhka in the dangerous position. Nightmare onto the Ogre. Will save the Ogre, I guess. I think he meant to Nightmare himself, possibly, but didn't quite happen. It's up top. Yadaro. He has to be careful or he'll get gone on himself. The axe, the boat, the silence. That is a dead PA. Surely. Game suddenly looks like it's very favored for Navi. Might be a very quick comeback story here. Dota Plus. Sorry, shouldn't keep pulling up Dota Plus, but I'm just so confused by Dota Plus's heavy favoring of Yes's lineup here, despite the general game state. Man, a roll in onto collapse. It's perfectly connected by Roger. The Yules will prevent the stun, but that's not gonna matter, buddy. As now, Navi in a position to take another tier 2. Actually, look at this. The Infest into general. They're going to catch out so bad once again on the Phoenix. He will drop as they take a tier 2 in the mid lane. They don't even need these two. They're traditional pushers. Heroes forced to try and farm with the blur. Always want to flies in the area. If Yadaro gets caught out one more time, it could be very bad for Yellow Submarine. As Mio is just going to get caught in a torrent and a boat. Mio, the mid laner, falls. Collapse does have a Yules to stop the Air Spirit from getting out. They're actually doing okay damage into him. The roll is going to get out, so he will not fall, at least not yet. It's honestly feeling kind of rough for the side of Yellow Submarine. Feeling like there's starting to be that hill in front of them to overcome. Now, Radiant. Navi gonna take over this Roshan pit. B-Tune doesn't have a Deso, but he still has damage. They will take out this Roshan very quickly. Yellow Submarine's in no position to contest. Will fall. Scan. Be a bit late. Roger, once again infested. They're looking for a pick with the roll in. Will they find one? Nothing showing up at the moment. General down bottom. Spamming that TP. Look at this. Dire's forced to have 4 people just to farm one lane. Meanwhile, in the
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified. Uprooted after them.
well, I think. This should make my life easier.
This haste rune, Yadro gonna be farming up pretty fast. Okay, I accidentally hit my mute button. I apologize if it's been quiet for a while. Now, Roger, look at this man. I don't know how he's not in vision. Yadro's been gone on generals here with V-Tune as well. With a BKB and a blink out, Yadro will escape. Collapse, though, I doubt he will be so lucky. He has a Yule's available if he wishes to use it. Actually, he's juking pretty well for himself, but no, he gets caught in by the trees. He goes for the TP out, but he's not going to make it. Roger is up, and he is the disable. However, Ogre, it looks like he may fall. No, the multicast is too powerful. Yes, Yadro is also too powerful. Now, though, it's the wind in a lot of trouble. Pops the Essence Ring. Iceberg taking a lot of damage, but the boat buff is there, and Yadro's going to be lifted up into the air. No. And somehow, V2 has made his way across the map. A nice little nightmare to prevent the X from pulling him back. They will be able to get out. They only get the Ogre, and that is definitely not worth it. As we can see here. Yadro, he's one hammer away from having that completed Desolator. Obviously, there's not an Aegis to worry about at this stage. It was popped. It still feels like a tough battle to win into this Lifestealer. Yadro rapidly, thanks to these pushing waves, is progressing towards that Desolator. And once he has that item, he will be much more powerful in these team fights. Neo also has the BKB for himself. Look at this play from Navi. They're just waiting. They're begging Yadro to come farm this triangle. But Yadro, he knows. He circles that triangle right up. But actually, it's a circle of him wanting to maybe take a fight here. He has to be careful. Does not have buyback. 517 gold away. No, he might actually get caught out. The X mark isn't going to come out. They don't quite manage to pop the smoke. But Yellow Submarine, they're going up top looking for a man who's no longer there. Feels like everything's coming up Navi this game. The Desolator complete for Yadro. Not saving for the buyback still. Going for the Scotty. Or the Scotty, the Satanic. And they're desperately trying to find this man, Nature's Prophet. He's just not in the area. They might find more than they bargained for if they stay too long, as all of Radiant, all of Navi, looking to collapse. What will they find? Will they find Yadro? No, Yadro will find Always Want to Fly, but he's not getting the crit that he needs to finish off this kill. The teleport will be cancelled. Ogre, though, he'll die to the dagger, I'm sure. However, they might lose the Phoenix for it. Phoenix, unable to get the egg off, does have buyback available and will pop it immediately. BKB from Yadro is popped, and they're going on to General, dealing a lot of damage with that Solar Crest. They will take him out, and now Radiant have to go on the retreat. A dagger comes out onto Iceberg. Iceberg, though, very, very tanky. Right now, though, V-Tune pops out of him, and suddenly Neo's the one in trouble. So Bad still has that egg if he wishes to use it. Right now, Dire's still in retreat mode. So Bad can't afford to die here. He doesn't have any buyback as he just used it. Collapse, though, he will survive. And now, suddenly, So Bad, he has to be careful into V-Tune. He's going to pop the Ghost Scepter. He already did, and he will fall. That's a dieback, and there's still no egg. But Roger is going to roll out just barely. I do believe, but Collapse is on him. Collapse doesn't want to give him up, and with the dagger, it's still not going to be enough, but Iceberg actually now the one in trouble with Poshka doesn't have a Fiend's Grip, instead puts the Nightmare onto Yatoro, but Yatoro will die anyways as V-Tune gets the kill. And now V-Tune, he's up hitting the high ground, and what looked like a good fight for the side of Yellow Submarines has turned into a disaster as they are rapidly losing their base. Now General's back up and he just teleports himself right back in. This is certainly going to be a tier 3, probably a lane of racks, maybe even 2. It's 40 seconds, no PA. This network lead has just skyrocketed for Navi, up to 20,000 now. You know, trying to do what he can, getting bounty runes, whatever he can do for his PA. But it just feels like it's not quite enough. Roshan, the one saving grace for Yellow Submarines, that man has decided he will take a long time to spawn. It looks like this is a full 11-minute spawn. This PA has actually switched up from the Satanic. Looks like he's going for the Manta style. And they're going to have to play very, very smart on the side of Yellow Submarine. So bad has to get a good egg off, I feel, if he wants to win this fight. But it looks like we might have something start. As Yatoro, he could be in trouble, blinks away. But I don't think V-Tune is going to give up on him just yet. In fact, they have the axe onto Mio. The Nightmare will prevent the pullback. And ultimately, both teams back off for now. Both Roshan respawning mere seconds, and Navi know it's guaranteed. Fight will have to be taken by Yellow Submarine if they wish to fight before the Roshan goes down. But with that roll in from Roger and V-Tune inside of him, Mio is likely to fall here. No, he'll manage to get out, but at the cost of his entire team as the egg pops. They lose Collapse as well. Yatoro trying to get out, but gets caught in the Torrent Storm. And GG is called, unsurprisingly. Navi managed to take this one back. Take that, Dota Plus! You are incorrect. But that was a solid game too, guys. I'm going to take another quick break, and we'll be back for game number 3.